I feel extremely bad if Travis Hunter gets drafted to the Cleveland Browns. Not only because they suck, but because I'm a Pittsburgh fan. I don't want to see that. Let's go.
Many scouts believe the Browns will take Travis Hunter, number 2 overall, and focus on a quarterback later in the draft. A multitude of NFL scouts are reportedly of the belief that there is no way Shedeur Sanders would play for the Browns, even if the Browns were interested in picking him. There's reportedly thought among scouting circles that if Hunter were to go to Cleveland, he would have a Jim Brown type impact on the franchise. Browns hold 33rd and 67th overall pick, which would possibly give them a potential to select Jackson Dart, Quinn Ewers, Jaylen Milroe, or Kyle McCord. This is going to be a franchise-changing draft for the Browns.
Hey,
what you thinking, Ocho?
Before I let Ocho go, I believe now I will say this: the Cleveland Browns is probably one of the few teams where he probably could play both ways because they need help a lot of places. So he can play receiver, he can play corner. The Giants another place he can probably play. I mean, a lot of them teams in the top 10. Let's be honest, he can play both ways because they just need help. So but I just don't want to see him in the Browns uniform. To be honest with you,
I like it. I like it.
I don't.
Their identity anyway is their defense, honestly, until you get a quarterback at the helm that can change the franchise right around like Jaden Daniels has done, like a C.J. Stroud has done. But can you imagine Denzel Ward and goddamn Travis Hunter?
I don't care if you got Denzel Ward. I don't care if you got Prime Time. I don't care if you got Mel Blount. I don't care if you got Reavers. If you cannot score, you cannot win in this league, Ocho.
I understand. Listen, you got to start somewhere. You got to build a foundation somewhere. You got to start somewhere. And it's been how long since they've had a quarterback?
Otto Graham. I mean, they had some good years with Bernie. Bernie. They had the cardiac Browns with what was the guy named Brian Sight.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken, I think in the 1980 Sight was an MVP, but. And they had some situations. I think it was Bernie that they went to the AFC Championship games that they ended up losing to the Broncos.
Yeah,
they lost twice to Broncos in the AFC Championship game. But it's been a while. That's been 30 plus years ago. Hell, that was before I got there. They lost. As a matter of fact, they lost to the Browns the year before I got there. So that was 89. I got to the Broncos in 90. So hell, that was 35, 36, 37 years ago.
And when I think about you talk about putting asses in. Excuse me. Talk about putting butts in seats.
Asses.
They had Baker. I mean, Baker. Look, they had Baker, and Baker had a couple of good years, but they didn't have the talent around him. He got hurt, and like I said, Baker needed to move on. They didn't like, and you have to accept Baker for who he is. He's cocky. He believes in his ability. Yeah. I got no problem with that. They like, well, we want an adult in the building. But Baker is where he should be.
Right. Is there a franchise in the NFL that has drafted more first-round quarterbacks than the Browns? I can't think of one in recent memory that has drafted more first-round quarterbacks than the Browns and failed. And all the quarterbacks they draft go on and do better at other programs. So there's a question. Y'all let me know. Is there a program that has drafted more first-round talent at quarterback and been unsuccessful? Let me know.
Tampa, playing unbelievable football for a team that believes in him, players that believe in him, and I'm glad that he was able to. But Cleveland, you're going to have to find somebody. You got Jerry Jeudy. You got Njoku. You probably need another receiver. Probably need to start looking at a running back.
Right.
Offensive line is okay, but you're probably going to need to revamp your offensive line.
So I'm going to say this. Good teams reload, bad teams rebuild. And it looks like, and it sounds like from what I'm about to say, they in the rebuild mode. I mean, Deshaun Watson didn't work out. That's a lot of money tied to Deshaun. So, like I said before, good teams reload, bad teams rebuild. I'm going to leave it at that.
Yeah, I agree with them. I don't know if that's not a place Shedeur would want to go. I'm not so sure Time would want him to go there.
Right.
But at the end of the day, Browns, because you look what's in that division, you got Lamar. Lamar is going to be in Baltimore for another decade. Joe Burrow is going to be in Cincinnati for another decade.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Pittsburgh, they're gonna, obviously they're kind of like in limbo. We keep Russ for another year or two, or do we go ahead and transition and move to Justin Fields? But you cannot compete with your defense trying to shut down Burrow and Lamar. You got to have a quarterback, and you got to have somebody that can go toe to toe with him.
Right.
So, draft is Ocho.
Yeah.
Speaking of Jaylen Milroe, he posted an image on IG saying he's in Cleveland and deleted it shortly after. Can you see the Browns drafting Milroe with the number 2 overall quarterback, number 2 overall pick?
No. I mean, even though I like Jaylen Milroe, I don't think enough scouts will like him enough to take him that high in the draft. But I do like Jaylen Milroe. I liked him at Alabama. I think he should have stayed another year. That's my biggest thing. So I don't think he should go in the first round. Cause I think he should stay another year and develop as a passer. He got the athleticism. He got the legs. He got the explosive. He got the arm talent. But that 6 inches in between the eyes and in between the ears, my bad, is a question mark. So I think he should have stayed back a year. So for that reason alone, I don't think he should be in the top 5, top 10, or even the first round personally. But somebody probably gonna talk themselves into doing it.
No, sir.
Because especially that boy gonna kill. He gonna blow up the combine. He gonna blow that combine up. Now he gonna be very similar to what's the boy, Anthony Richardson. Even though I don't think he'll run as good as he may run better than Anthony Richardson. I don't know. We'll see. But he's gonna blow that combine up. And like Ocho said, no sir.
I can't either.
No, sir.
Right.
No.
No, sir. And that's no disrespect to him.
He like, no.
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 What about at 33 or 76?
Okay. Now
33, that's the first.
I take him in the second round. Top of the second round. Yeah, give him to me. I take him top of the second round. He's cheap, athletic, and I don't have to play him right away.
First pick in the second round. 76 is probably about the second or third. That'll be like the 8th or 9th. That'll be like the 8th or 9th pick, 12th pick in the third round.
I can see the early second. I can see that. Now that I can see. But passing up on Travis Hunter or obviously
Ward
or Cam, no.
I agree. Ocho, a study by Oxford University researchers found that women typically have 5 close friends, but lose 2 of them when entering a new relationship due to reduced time or shifting priorities.
All right, so they done went off on a tangent now. But yeah, man, do you think the Browns should pass up? Do you think the Browns should take Travis Hunter? I don't think Travis Hunter should. I don't think Shador, Cam, or freaking Cam Ward or Shador or Travis should go to the Browns. I'm just not a big fan of the Browns, man. You know, it's a terribly ran organization. No offense to the fans, but the Browns have had some premium draft picks, draft capital, and they have not been able to maximize their talent. They just haven't been able to do it. At least not offensively. Defensively, great. Offensively, trash. So y'all let me know what you think of this in the comments below.